So again, I have a color pencil that I might just start with, but if I think of this with the isometric idea, I would still start off this pretty light, but with a color pencil, if this was a rectangular shape going up, maybe I'll go a little bit larger with that, just so you can see it. If that was the beginning part of it, this base of this is going to be curved. So as I go ahead and curve these edges and corners and draw through it just so you can see the hidden line, it's almost a rectangular base, has a round section at the bottom, and it doesn't go straight up, it comes up to a point up here in the middle. If I wanted to make it smaller, placing it up there and just connecting these edges, and you pretty much have it other than the rings that come around it, and you just have to find where they're at. It's no longer a perfect ellipse, but kind of a rectangular piece. And pretty much sketching it out in color pencil makes it a little bit easier. Once that's there, all the pictures have a bright, intense light depending on where it's at. So pick a light source and a base tone for it. So I'm just going to drop right down into this yellow and just start laying in the base color for this. Leave a little white of the paper for the highlight. Placing it in there. Do the same if the yellow goes over the top of the orange. It doesn't matter because it's going to blend right in. And the white's up there on its own. And now I can start sketching this. So it's pretty intense as far as the bright colors. So depending on your color palette of your pencils, you can jump right into it. Still, you can see the texture. Make this a little bit bigger. You can see the texture of the paper, so if that has the undercolor in it and shading on top of it, just slowly blends in, so you end up losing some of that texture. The part that's in the shadow has, in this particular case, everything's around it, and the picture has the same color, and it's reflecting that color. So you can either keep that color in the shadows of the white surface of that piece, or just blend it right into a different value, like a lighter opposite color, which would be mixing a purple into the yellow. So go ahead and give it a try in there, see if you can illustrate it. Like I said, the first part's the base color. I'm just mixing a little bit of the red, the orange, and the yellow together just to get that piece going. Highlight in there. And as it gets to these edges, it blurs, so you're going to be blending the mixture back and forth. It's not necessarily a hard edge. Right there, I'm kind of blending the colors just to get its softer edge where these colors meet. And mixing in the highlight up here. I'm going to mix a little blue into the yellow. It's going to make a light green there. But that is trying to think of the primary colors, so it is a violet that's kind of coming up into that section of the white. And then I'm just mixing the white pencil up there to mix it right on the palette and mix it right on the paper. kind of painting with it, really. Depends on how far you push that edge, that base tone right there. Mixing the color there. Palette. Here I'm just actually using purple in the shadow, and I use that for a little bit of the cast shadow too. Just remember the cast shadow would have this tapering off, this coming down, this triangle shape's coming down, and the back corner showing up in the back. I can just mix it with some white, a little bit of blue. So a lot of the color, the reflected light, bounces not only the light but the color along with it. So just remember that as you're shading that part in there.